Before we get into this class, I want you to make me a pinky promise, and that is this is going to be about your sensations and what works well for you. Whether you move a little bit slower, do a different variation, and take a break. Because pushing through, especially for the deep center connection, is just going to set you up to maybe not work as optimally in the body as we'd like. So we want the hips to stay somewhat relaxed, the back at ease, a quietness in the body. And when we lift and move our leg or legs, we're not feeling like we really have to push out or bear down on anything, especially for a proper pelvic floor function and deep core engagement. We just want to take the time to breathe deeply, connecting positively to each and every exercise. If that all sounds good, join me on the mat for the short Pilates core class. Let's go ahead and begin laying down onto our back, and the feet will go against the wall. The shins parallel, and knees are going to be in front of the hips. So rather than knees right over the hip joint, when the feet are against the wall, knees slightly forward of that. Head down on the mat and allow yourself, before we begin any other movement, focus on the rhythm of your breathing. Breathing in through the nose if that's comfortable. Long breath out through the mouth. Now, as you keep breathing, become aware of the heavy points on the mat, the light points, the lifted points. And we don't need to necessarily change anything, but if you're noticing that as you are breathing deeply, that you can release and relax somewhere, allow that to happen. So a little bit more ease to go into the session. So ease in shoulders and upper body. Ease back in hips. Even ease in facial muscles. And your next breath out, just sense as you exhale and push all the air out that the abdomen naturally pulls in slightly. We don't need to suck in, but with the long breath out, naturally there's a pulling together of the body. And deep breath in. Long breath out. Now we're going to sync our movement with the rhythm of your breath. So as you exhale, one foot comes off the wall and knee comes in towards you, and then tap just the toes back to the wall. As you're doing this, really just focusing rhythm of breath. This is very subtle work. So if you're not feeling anything right now, that's okay. It's also okay if maybe you're sensing, oh, this is challenging to keep rest of the body still and quiet as the leg is moving. Then we'll take the foot back to the wall, reset and switch sides, opposite leg, and return. Now as you continue, you have that deep breath out, and the leg comes towards you, the rest of the body staying still. We're just sensing quiet and ease with the hips, the back. One more time. Very nice. Now lift opposite leg, and now start reaching the leg away from you to a straighter position, and then bend. So leg up at the diagonal. You may want to put hands on pelvis. Pelvis staying incredibly still as leg is moving. And this is phase one. So this is, we're kind of testing the waters, seeing how things are going. One more time. Then replace through the foot and switch sides. So opposite leg lifts, then reach the leg in front of you and bend. You can definitely slow this down if you'd like. Remember, staying connected to breath and center engagement without feeling like we have to really pull and suck in. That's not practical. We're not going to be really braced throughout the entire day. One more time. Now we're going to turn up that dial of intensity a little bit and lift your heels up and just let the balls of your feet and toes be really light on the mat. or on the wall. You notice how maybe that's a little bit more work for your center? Did your bottom become heavier? If it did, take your feet against the wall again. Notice the weight in the pelvis and try not to let the bottom become heavier as the heels lift. Just the tippy toes or balls of the feet are on the wall. So very light with one foot and toes. Opposite leg pulls in towards you. Toes tap back forward. Pull in towards you. Toes tap back forward. So foot that's still on the wall, ever so light. The lighter it is, the more you'll work from your center. But really focus on sensation at your ease in the back. Just nice and relaxed in the hip. And now switch sides, opposite leg to lift, toes tap. So how light can the feet be? Just a few more times. Now we're going to switch sides again. Leg comes in and again reach leg forward to a straighter position. Still we're trying to sense light with the pelvis on the mat. And we don't have to dig anything heavier down into the mat as a counterbalance. And then switch sides. So I want you to move with the pace that's good for you. This could be a little bit slower, could be a little bit quicker. Honestly, every time I've moved with this class on my own, the pace is just slightly different. Very nice. Toes ever so light. We're still working from the center. You need a break. Put the feet against the wall and put this on pause. Or keep toes really light. One leg lifts, foot flexes, knee comes in towards you, and now heel taps down towards the mat and lift up. And if your foot gets stopped by the wall, that's okay too. Just arcing the leg forward and return. Rest the body, staying really still here. One last time. And switch sides. So sensing that deep center connection. And sometimes that just comes by coming back to this practice on other days. Two and one. Now both feet light on the wall, hands behind the head, so feet ever so light on the wall. And exhale, upper ab curl. Inhale, stay up, and then lowering back down. And let's repeat that. Exhale, upper ab curl. Inhale, staying up. Exhale, lowering down. So just continue this at your own pace. Feet light on the wall. Pelvis trying to stay completely still. We're sensing now ribs sliding towards hips and just a drawing together just slightly of abdomen. Let's do two more times here. Very nice. Now stay down. Last phase, exhale. Reconnect to center. Find that deeper connection. Last phase here, lift one leg up. Opposite leg joined, so both legs in tabletop. Keep breathing deeply. And one foot taps the wall, return. Leg stays bent, foot taps. Return. Tap. Return. Continue. How quiet can the rest of the body be? Really connecting from center. Same leg reaches forward up at that diagonal. We're almost done with this side. And we'll reset, both legs bent for a breath, and opposite leg, foot taps the wall. Foot tap. So it's a small range of motion. Really focusing on the rest of the body, staying still. And then the leg reaches in front. Remember, you can slow this down. I would say slow is better than really quick for this entire sequence. Just 2 more times. Very nice. Both feet come to the wall. Take a deep breath here. And if you'd like, just lift your hips up. Just let the hips open a little bit. Shoulders relaxed and heavy. If you don't like this lifted position with the pelvis, go into another stretch or movement. Continue breathing, hips opening. So this area, the hip crease area, was working just a teeny tiny bit. So we're just letting it open, but hopefully sensing more connection from the center body. And then lowering back down. Very nice. And have a seat on the mat. And notice how that feels, how that experience was for you. Subtle or deep connections? When was the work more challenging? When was it a little bit easier? Keep coming back to this class to focus on deep core connection. If you enjoyed this session, give it a thumbs up and drop a comment down below. I hope that you have a beautiful day and can join me on the mat soon.